Hi, it's Carlton Reid here. Thanks ever so much for your patience on my Kickstarter book here for Roads Were Not Built for Cars. I thought I'd show you how I'm doing it in Scrivener, which is a word processing app that I can then make the book with. So here I am in the Cycling and Motoring Connected at the Hip chapter, which is the chapter that's taken all my time really. It's rather huge. It's just all the bits of bobs that are on bikes that are going to be used on cars later on. There's all the different magazines that started out as cycling magazines, became motoring magazines. There's the motor racing drivers, all the different racing cyclists who then transferred across to motoring. And then of course the motoring infrastructure, including a few things that people probably haven't heard of. And then all the different events. There was all cycling, all the first motoring events. So I'm going to be talking about that in the book. And then we go on to the motorcar manufacturers, and there are an awful lot of them. I think I've got up to about 80 different motorcar brands which actually had bicycling beginnings. So you can see I've got quite a list there, and there down below is the list continuing, from Rolls-Royce, Triumph, Williams, Winton. He was a racing driver too. And then back into the program. So here's my Carl Benz. Of course he was a cyclist, and there's the notes on the right hand side, which is where I can put all the notes in Scrivener, and that'll eventually form all the notes in the book. It's a really neat program for all the annotations there. And then going across to the beginning of the Mastodons to Motorways section of the book, which is kind of the history of roads. And here's how I'm going to eventually create the book. So Scrivener will allow me to put in all sorts of different bits of the book which I want to choose to send across, and there it's going into a Word document, but I don't want it to go into a Word document. I want to pull it down and I want to get it into Kindle. Is the Kindle one going to come up? Here we go, there's the Kindle. Oh, that's the ebook in fact. So I'm going to bring up the ebook, and then of course the Kindle for those of you who are going to get a Kindle book, and then there's an iBooks part there at all. So once the book's finished, which is as soon as I possibly can get it done, then I'll be able to quickly get it out into all the different formats that will enable you to get the book. It's definitely taken a lot longer than I ever thought it was going to produce. So yeah, again, thank you for your patience, and I'm going to get it out to you just as soon as I can. Thanks.